Hi everybody, today we're going to do an oil change on this 3.7 liter V6 off of a Dodge Dakota. It should be around 2005, 2006, or 2007. Honestly don't know what year model, but it's somewhere around there. Because usually they don't tell us, anything. They usually do leave a sticker at least a year, but I don't see anything about a year model. But yeah, we're going to do an oil change right off the bat. It does require 5W20. I thought it required 5W30. Make sure what your truck says before you buy it, because I've been seeing some say 5W30, which I don't know which is true, but they're saying it's 5W20. So we get the cap open. I might leave the hood closed, okay. Leave it like that so it doesn't get lost. Also the engine oil dipstick here, I'll leave it a little bit up. I'm going to close the hood since it's a little windy. I don't want to get hit or anything. Also, right before you do your oil change, I recommend checking your tires. Also, check if your washer fluid and your coolant. This is coolant up here. Coolant. This is washer fluid. Before you fill those two, if any refill, you can check it out. I'm going to check this one's really low. It should not be that low. The max is right here, so it's a little low, not too extreme. So we'll need a little coolant. And add some washer fluid. I'm going to fill that up to the top. So that's what I would do. Do those two things, I'm going to close the door so the window doesn't slam on me. Okay, so here we got, you're going to need a catch band, catch your oil. And sorry it's windy. So here we are. We're going to leave the cap off. That opens, so when it's starting, don't have to worry. You might need a ratchet with a half-inch socket. It's up to you, or a wrench. I'm going with a wrench. I like using wrenches more. An oil filter tool, removal tool. It's like this guy, or this guy. They're not expensive at Walmart, not too expensive. Some brake parts cleaner or parts cleaner, to clean some of the oil that you leave behind. The oil, obviously, I'm going with this Pencil oil, high mileage, full synthetic. This truck does have 215,000 miles or more. I do got the coolant. I always buy the universal. It's good to have some around, and you don't need to, but I usually do buy a bottle of washer fluid, fill it up so you get the hood open once for all. And maybe grease up some ball joints or wherever in case yours does have that, which I don't know if this one does, but some do. And you do need, your funnel. Got two of them here, one for washer fluid, coolant, and here's a little one, here's a big one for the oil. And there we are. And I would check the coolant first. So we're gonna go into the truck. You do need a half-inch wrench or a ratchet, whichever way you want to go. And we're gonna go on the passenger side. So give me a couple seconds. So here we are on the passenger side of the vehicle, and as you can see, we can see the drain bolt for the oil. Now we're gonna get this guy started. I'm gonna pop it off using a half-inch, as I mentioned, and we're gonna start popping it off. We're gonna start soon here. Let me get this guy going. Man, it's gonna be a little uncomfortable, honestly. It's hardly a good grip. There we go. I think I popped it down. Man, it's a little uncomfortable, honestly. Sorry if I'm in the camera way. Yep, I popped it. Alright, that's what I'm gonna go with my ratcheting wrench. I don't have to be there taking my time. Alright, so here we go. I think I can do it by hand. Yes. And also get some gloves on. I forgot, so give me a couple minutes. I'll go get that before I start actually pulling that bolt out. Okay, so now we're gonna take that bolt off. It looks like it started dripping while I was gone. Get some gloves, which I forgot to mention. Do get some gloves, because it ain't gonna be it ain't gonna be that easy of a job. You could get some oil on you for sure. So I'm gonna get it closed. I feel like it's gonna hit this. So yeah, whatever, man. If it's gonna hit what I think it's gonna hit, and Dodge, really, we'll see, but I feel like it's gonna hit. So be careful, because this could splash you. Yep, it did hit what I thought it was gonna hit. That is poor engineering from Dodge for sure. And that looks ugly. Okay, you're gonna let that drain out. Okay, so after you let the oil drain up enough, you could put the drain plug back in, or let it just keep on draining until not even a drop comes out, which I'm gonna do. But once you get all the oil out, put the drain plug in, expect it to see if everything is fine, if you need to replace a washer or anything. So it looks fine to me, but I'm gonna wait until it drains everything, and then we'll jump over to the front. Sorry about the wind, but now we're gonna take the oil filter as a front of the motor, right here in front of the bumper. So all you do is just use your little tool, take the filter out, twist the little guy. Well, they did it properly. That's good. Whoever did the oil change last did a good job, because somebody last time did it. It was not good. On my truck, they didn't even oil the oil ring. That's what you gotta do. So just get your oil catchment ready, because the oil is about to start draining. Get ready to catch it, because it will start. There we go. That's a good thing, at least Dodge did. Alright, well that's draining. I get the oil filter going, so give me a bit. And also clean around here just in case, check if the oil ring is in it, which it is. Just clean it and everything, and then we'll be ready to go. So give me a bit and let me get that oil filter getting oiled up. Okay, so now we're going to do the oil. We're going to get it prepped up. So first you got to get your oil filter and your oil. Open it up. And sorry it's windy, by the way. I was expecting to be windy forecast today, but it turned out to be an opposite. What I would do is take out this oil from the oil filter. Put that box in there so it doesn't fly off. And the oil filter I'm using is an M1 209A from Mobile One. All you do is grab a little oil from your oil, whichever one. If you want to go through the used one or the new one, just a little. You can get that oil ring all, get it wet. There we go. Get lubed up. And if you want, you can add some oil. Some do it, some don't. I usually don't. And now we're just going to have to install it. So I'm going to go down there and install it. So give me a couple seconds. Okay, so now that I got the oil filter all lubed up, I'm going to go up there and clean around it a little. So it's nice and clean. Almost nothing is in the area. Nothing will affect it. Okay, so now will be the time to start adding the oil on this guy. So I mentioned, take the cap, move it aside. Now, I need to be careful because it is windy, so alright, just get your oil. There we are. We're going to start adding it. And I'm pretty sure it takes 5 quarts. I'm going to make sure if this has owner's manual switcher online. It told me it needed 5 quarts. But we'll see. Let me go check real quick. The internet, it says it does. He does not have his owner's manual here, so we're going to add 4 quarts. I'm going to check, and then I'll tell you. You can Google it, but I kind of like having it from the owner's manual telling me straight on, like, hey, this is how much oil it needs, but, you know, it's different. Alright, so we're going to get this guy going, so give me a couple seconds, and we're going to add 4 quarts in this. Maybe at the end I'll come back, I'll tell you how many quarts I added, and see how much it was. Alright, so give me a second. Okay, so now that I added the oil, you let the oil, you know, first you fill it up. You check on the dipstick just to make sure it has oil. If it goes fine, over the not safe no more, or, you know, it's overfilled, don't worry. This has happened to me once. I thought I overfilled it. I drained out the oil. Don't trust me. It happened to me in the first time. So don't worry about that. That's when, since, you know, if you don't prime the filter, the oil doesn't go into the filter until later down the road, or until a couple more, until you turn on the engine and you let the engine run for a couple, like maybe a minute max. So right now, you know, I didn't pre-fill the oil filter. You could do that. If you do that, that's fine. But I always do this. After adding the oil, check your drain plug is you know, your drain plug is back on. Your oil filter is on. Check your oil cap is back on. And also check your, what do you call it? Dipstick is back on. Trust me. I've seen somebody once, they did an oil change, didn't even put the cap back on. They went for a test drive, came back, and the whole entire engine bay was full of oil. Trust me, this was a mechanic shop. I've seen it. They weren't running things good there. That's why I usually don't like letting other people do it. I like doing it myself. You know, I know what's going on. Or if you have a friend and he's really good at what he's doing and you trust him, that's good. But there's some mechanics that are not trustworthy. But we're going to turn on this truck. As I mentioned, the oil filter right now has not had any oil in it. Right now we're going to turn it on, let it run for like almost a minute. Turn it off, let it sit there for a little bit. And also when you're checking the oil, like the dipstick, check it in a flat surface, a flat area. Don't do it like on a mountain or anything, on a flat area. Some people have it on ramps to check it. You're never going to get an accurate checking on that. So just want to give a heads up on that. So now we're going to start this truck. You know, just in case here's the first oil change. And trust me, I've done it once. It ain't my first rodeo, so I kind of learned. So here we go. All right, so we're going to let it run for a minute. It does have a check engine light, you know. So I'm going to let it run for a minute. I'll be back. It did require 5 quarts to set online, so that's what we're doing. And this is a perfect time to check for any oil leaks, just to make sure, which it always happens. But make sure you check your oil filter and your drain plug. Which right now we're checking. I don't see any drips down here. And none down here. That was plenty of time for the motor to run. Plenty of time. Now we could just turn it off. Let it chill for a bit. This is the perfect time. I'm going to add some washer fluid, some coolant, and add his sticker for his next service so he'll know what to do on the next oil change, you know, when it's done and when you need to do it. All right, so I'm going to do that. You just check your dipstick one more time, see if it's perfectly leveled at a flat surface, and you're good to go. It ain't hard, you know. Some of the newer cars are more difficult. You got to take off the pan, but these are at least easy to do. Just get under there, pull the drain plug, drain it out, put it back on, and just fill it up. New oil filter, and you're done. You're on your way, you know. All right, well, thanks for watching, and have a good day. Okay, so now we're going to check the oil, and I just checked it, and I'm going to give it another check, one final check, and it's at the safe zone. I don't know if you can see it. It's right on the safe zone. It's a safe. So it does take only 5 quarts of oil. So we're good. We're right. And it was right this time with the oil filter. Alright, so that's how you do an oil change. Just check after you let it run, let it sit down for a little bit, and then check it, and you're ready to go. Alright, thanks for watching. Have a good day.